So in another video I've been talking about time and how time affects the odds, and I used specifically a football match to describe that. And say for example we're looking at the draw here. The draw is currently priced at 4.4, but obviously if there are no goals in this match, then the price on the draw will start coming in bit by bit by bit by bit. In fact, you can see here, look, somebody's put huge amounts of money, 5,000, lots of 5,000 below the current price, and that is because obviously the price of the draw will come in. If you look at the setup on here as well, can you see that there's loads of money, there's 2,000 or so above the current price. Why would they do that? Well, because if there's no goal, then the price on Spurs is going to go out. So you can see that somebody set up a position here already on that basis, and they're going to nip in front of the market as time starts to head in their direction. And you can see there's not much above it. There's money at the current price within the draw, but not a great deal. So you can see somebody has a position set up there to exploit time already. So if you want to understand how time influences odds within a match, the best thing to do is to go to our soccer tool, Soccermistic, click on that, and what you will see, here's the probability graph. This is the price of the away team winning. You can see that that gradually declines to 0. This is the price of the home team winning, and this is the price of the draw. So you can see that the draw gets more certain and the home and the away win gets less certain. But one thing important to note here is that the outsider, the home team in this case, their odds don't contract that much in the first half if the match remains 0-0. So if you are going to do a play on time, then it would be to either lay the much shorter price team or to back the draw. Easiest way to look at this, if I switch off the probability, we just do that so it fits on the graph. I'm going to just display the odds, make them a little bit bigger. So you can see here the draw starts here, and then you can see the odds on the draw gradually collapse away until they reach 101. So if you back at any point up here, that will make you a profit if the draw continues on its current path. So if I switch on the profit line for the draw, you can see that that's what it's saying there. It's saying everything below that line is a potential profit. And if I switch the profit line on away, you can see it's saying anything below that line is a profit and anything above it is a loss. So if we backed the away team, then obviously their price drifts and the away team needs to score for the price to come in. So you can see how time is affecting things from there. If we go to the over and under markets, you can see we've got over and under 2.5 goals is the market that we've nominated here. So if I switch off the over, you can see that the probability of under 2.5 goals rises with time. And if we turn that into odds again, you can see that what happens here is under 2.5 goals starts at 2.24, and then the price is going to gradually come in and 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 come in, and so on and so forth, until eventually at around this time, somewhere in the mid 70 minutes, it will be priced at 101. So we've done a useful little thing on the over and unders here, which is you can actually have a scenario indicator. So if I click on the scenario indicator, this will actually allow you to understand how time is going to influence the outcome of your position. So you can say, I have a back bet matched on under 2.5 goals at odds of, you can enter the odds that you wish there, or you just say, well, just take the odds that we've got in the market at the moment. I'm going to be using a stake of £100. What are the predicted odds 5 minutes from now? So you can see there that if you backed under 2.5 goals, and there are no goals between now and 5 minutes time, you can see you've got a profit of £11.66 or £5.65 if you're hedging your position. But if a goal's scored, oops, you can see that obviously you're going to face a loss. So if you just lengthen that, you can see that if we reach, I sort of typed that in instinctively, but if you reach 35 minutes, then that's sort of the critical point. In fact, let's change it to 34. Let's see, 35. I was right, first guess. That's good, isn't it? You can actually fiddle with this number, and this will basically say to you, at 35 minutes, you'll be heavily in profit if there are no goals. But even if a goal is scored, you'll still be in profit. And that's because of the way that over and under 2.5 goals work. If we go back to Soccer Mystic, we can go in here and we can say, okay, there's a goal at 35 minutes. And can you see what happens if I switch on the profit line again and do under 2.5 goals? Can you see that for all this time we're in profit purely because of time value? There are no goals during this particular period of the match, and therefore the price comes down, comes down, comes down, comes down, comes down. So if we backed first and then laid back into the market, we would net a profit for that whole period of time because there were no goals. But can you see we've put a goal in at 35 minutes and then boom, the market has to reset because now there's one goal in the match and it only requires another 1.5/2 goals for this market to go against you. So you can see that you can touch and reach the critical point within a match. So your decision now isn't, should I back under 2.5 goals for this match? You're saying, am I expecting a goal within 35 minutes? What stats are available that tell me that a goal is likely to come in 35 minutes? And when the match is underway, you can look at how the match is being played and you think, you know what, I'm feeling uncomfortable. I can feel that there's a goal coming. So whether you do that by stats, by your knowledge of football, or by other data, that's what you're assessing. You've changed a simple bet from just saying I'm going to back and lay it back into the market to saying, is there going to be a goal within this particular period of time? Because if the goal occurs earlier, let's say 25 minutes, then what you'll find is the graph pops above that line for a period of time. So for this period of time, you will be out of the money. If I click there and click there, you're going to have to sit on that position for about 8 to 9 minutes. Basically, you're going to be at a potential loss before it turns back into a profit. So yeah, if you use Soccer Mystic, point it towards a football match, you can have a look at how time affects every single aspect of that match, whether it's the match odds market, over and under, correct score, all of those things. And you can also use it to pinpoint the critical point within the match where you're looking for that dynamic to change dramatically to push you into a loss if there is a goal. And using all of that, a little bit of knowledge of football and benefiting from your knowledge of how the time is going to move the odds, that's how you can set up a profitable position in a football market.